Hello. Today, I encourage you to take pause and to be present. So let's get started. Hello, welcome to practice number 9 of our 2025 Intentions Instead of Resolutions yoga. And today we're going to be present and take it slow. So I encourage you to get a blanket and a pillow. And if you don't have one ready, just pause the video, run, get one, because this is going to be a very cool down kind of meditative practice. So today we're going to start in a seated position with our right leg out. So we're going to pull our left heel in as close to your body as you can get it. And then right next to it will be your right thigh. And we're going to flex that foot up towards our face and then shift to where our body, our torso, is facing that foot. And once we have it in the right spot, we're going to reach our hands up and over our head and drape our belly over that thigh. Now you can take this opportunity to crack your toes. But what we're going to do is just really pull that foot as if you're trying to push your femur back into socket. And you should feel the muscles in the backs of your legs kick in when you do this. So just because we're going to take it slow doesn't mean that we're not going to engage any of our muscle groups. Then we're going to take a deep breath in and relax our head down to our knees. So this is head to knee pose. And we're going to come back up, moving from center. And we're going to place that left foot, our left hand on the mat and reaching up with our right hand. We're going to do a side stretch. And you want to try to spiral your heart up to the sky. And you can go deeper by going down onto your elbow and your forearm. Try to keep your thigh down so you don't want that part of your body to come up off the mat. And then we're going to release it, shake our hands a little bit, and then switch sides. So you want your left leg to go out, your right foot to come in. You want to have it placed to where your right foot is in direct contact with your left thigh. Shift your body to where you're facing your foot, reaching up and overhead, and draping your belly over that thigh. Now you can interlace your fingers here to do the pull, or you can just grab the big toe area and your little toe area and just pull. And again, you should feel those muscles, your hamstring, engage. Then we're going to take a deep breath in and rest our head over to where our nose is reaching for our knee. You'll find that this is different on this side, so you may or may not be able to get your nose to your knee. Then we're going to come back up, placing our right hand on the mat. You might need to move your pillow. I was a little too ready. I should have put my pillow behind me. And then reaching up with your left hand and over, spiraling your heart up to the sky. And you can come down on your forearm and elbow. Again, trying to keep this down. You don't want it to come up. Good. Now we're going to just go straight to our back. So have your pillow ready. And we're going to hug our knees, both of our knees, into our chest. And we're going to connect to our core a little bit. So I'm going to get centered. So reaching both feet up to the sky. We're going to reach up with our hands as if we're reaching for the outer edges of our feet. And then we're going to pulse. So we're going to reach up, just teeny little movement. So it's almost as if you're lifting your tailbone off the mat while you're lifting your shoulder blades off the mat. So we're getting this tiny little movement that should get deep into the abdominal wall. Then we're going to rest a little bit, point and flex our feet. And this time we're going to shift, going from the left to the right to the center. Left, right, center. So we're not going to go back down to the mat at all. We're just going to lift to the left, lift to the right, lift to the center. Lift to the left, lift to the right, and lift to center. And I'm going to take a little moment to adjust my microphone. So lifting to the left, lifting to the right, lifting to the center. 2 more times. Lift to the left, lift to the right, and lift to the center. Last time, left, right, and center. That time you should have felt your obliques kick in. So now we're going to hug our knees into our chest again. And holding on to the right knee first, we're going to lift our left leg to the sky. And we're going to point and lower. Now you want to go as slow as you can. And at some point on its journey down to the ground, you should feel your abdominal wall kick in. And you can let it hover. When you get a couple of inches above the ground, you want to try to keep your lower back flush with your mat. So you don't want it to come up to where you've got an arch in your back. We want to try to keep that completely flat on the mat. And then we're going to point and flex our feet, both at the same time. Then we're going to switch, hugging our left knee into our chest, raising our right foot to the sky, pointing our toes, and lowering. Try to go as slow as you can. And that way you can nearly identify the exact moment when your abdominal wall has to kick in to keep your back flush on the mat. And then we're going to let it hover and then flex and point our feet, flex and point our feet, flex and point our feet. Good. Now we're going to hug both knees into our chest. And then we're going to roll up to a seated position. But instead of sitting sideways on our mat, we're going to sit upright with the soles of our feet together. So this is a cobbler's pose. And it really requires that your abdominal wall kick in so that you can keep your back straight. Otherwise, you might end up like this. So you don't want to be all hunched over. You want to keep your back nice and straight, holding onto your ankles, and trying to get your knees as close to the ground as you can. You may not have enough opening in your hips to be able to get your knees really close to the ground. So you might find that they're up like this. That's perfectly fine. But you want your elbows to be inside the area of your 2 thighs. Then trying to keep our back as straight as possible, we're going to peer over almost as if you're looking at your reflection in a pond. So you just want to lean over, trying to keep your back as straight as you can for as long as you can. Then if you feel like you have space to do it, you can take your hands, let go of your ankles, grab your toes, interlace your fingers around them, like you're trying to keep them warm. And then you can continue on over, bending as far as you can go. And then still sitting in the same spot, we're going to release the cobbler's pose. And we're going to bring our left foot in, then our right foot in. And then we're going to creep forward with our fingers to where our elbows are able to rest gently on the mat. And then take a deep breath in and fold inward. Take 3 deep breaths, breathing in and out. In and out. In and out. And we're going to go slowly back up the way we came down and switch our feet. So the right foot's going to come in, the left foot in front, and then creeping forward slowly with our hands, keeping your back as straight as you can for as long as you can, resting down on your elbows and forearms, and then taking a deep breath in, looking forward, and breathing out as we go inward. Taking a deep breath in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. So this is the only thing, this is the last thing that we're going to do in an upright position. So now we're going to go back to our backs, head resting on your pillow. So you might want to move it so it's in a good spot. And then we're going to hug our left knee into our chest, raising that right foot to the sky, lowering, not quite as slow as we did earlier. And then we're with our hands, we're going to take our left knee, shift our hips to the side a bit, to the left, and bring that left knee up and across. And resting your right hand on the outside of that left thigh. You can have your arms stretched out to the side. If you have the space, you can turn and look to the left. Taking a deep breath in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Now we're going to switch to the other side. So lying flat on our back, grabbing our right knee to our chest, lifting that left leg up to the sky, lowering it, guiding our hips a little bit to the right and our right knee across our body, left hand on the outside of that thigh, right arm extended, and turn and look at your hands. Taking a deep breath in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Now we're going to end this practice in Shavasana, but we want it to be really wide. So bring your feet to the width of your mat, your arms not directly by your sides, but out. And you want to completely relax into the floor. So your feet you might find splay off to the sides, but you just don't want to be clenching any muscle at all. And if you have a few moments after this video is ended, I encourage you to stay in this position and just breathe deeply. It'll have a whole new effect on you. You'll really feel that sense of purpose and a sense of being present. So I'll see you again next week. I do hope you're making yoga part of your daily routine, and I will see you next time. And until then, bye.